Ready or Not is an early access tactical first-person shooter that puts you in the role of a police SWAT team, which is tasked with neutralizing armed suspects with lethal or non-lethal force while keeping civilian casualties at the minimum. For those who have played the SWAT franchise before, and more specifically SWAT 4, it's probably not that difficult to see the major similarities between the games, though the developer, Void Interactive, have used it proudly as a marketing boon. Even with the massive failure that Battlefield 2042 is, Ready or Not has a similar number of concurrent players than Battlefield, which is still impressive regardless of how bad the game is. With the rising success of Ready or Not, I wanted to give my impressions, constructive feedback, and to inform you if the game is worth getting right now. First, let's talk about playing this game in single player. Just like the SWAT games, you're able to play Ready or Not in single player with 4 AI-controlled team members, whose equipment can be customized to suit the situation, as well as your own equipment and weapons. Though all the gear is clearly not in the game yet, I feel that there's enough to experiment and give each playthrough on the 6 completed and 2 incompleted maps a decent variety. Giving out orders to your team is intuitive and quick, without feeling too complicated. With 2 or 3 button inputs, you'll have your team doing exactly what you need for the situation, most of the time. Good AI feels like a rarity in game, so is it any good here? Not quite, I'm afraid. For example, the Prene AI seems quite buggy at times. They get stuck on absolutely nothing and won't follow your orders, or they'll be getting shot through a wall but won't move or respond to the threat, which can be pretty frustrating if they get killed because of it. To add to that, you'll get less score at the end of each level. This problem is inflated by the ruthless enemy AI, whose reaction times rival the Flash, and has caused more mission overscreens than anything else. I think that they definitely need to be toned down a bit, just so the player has a fighting chance in a gunfight. The core gameplay itself is surprisingly polished and feels pretty damn good. The guns sound and feel great with realistic recoil. Movement is slow and methodical, which complements a relatively small but claustrophobic level design on most of the maps anyway. One of the best parts of each level is how atmospheric and lived in each feel, which really immerses the player in the moment. To sum up my thoughts on the single player portion of the game, it's in a fun playable state where the bugs and quirks don't ruin the experience, most of the time, but when they do it's infuriating. Some of these issues also bleed into the multiplayer portion of the game, which I'm going to discuss now. The multiplayer essentially works the same as single player, where picking equipment, weapons and a plan of action is required to be successful, except that there's players instead of the AI controlled team, obviously. Choosing the way that you're going to tackle each level is vastly more interesting with other players, due to being able to be more creative without the limitations of the AI. Good communication is a necessary part of the multiplayer experience of Ready or Not, which I feel enhances the game tenfold. It can also be one of its major issues if your team doesn't communicate and stays silent. This is extremely aggravating. On top of that, it basically ruins any chance of having fun. I have a solution. There is an official Ready or Not Discord with a channel called Looking for Gamers, where players can find people from their region to play with, who will communicate most of the time. So what's the reason to get good at Ready or Not, other than feeling self-accomplished? Well, there isn't currently. For example, the game doesn't incentivize you to perfect each level, well, other than a rating system at the end of a mission, which I feel needs work because of how inconsistent getting a rank feels due to making pretty small mistakes and losing an entire rank or 2. Just too punishing in my view. I feel the game could do with a progression system. Maybe after reaching a certain rank, you unlock a new cosmetic for your character, and obviously no microtransactions or anything like that. Overall, multiplayer is a blast, and my preferred way to play currently, at least until a few of my issues with the single player have been ironed out. Then I expect my playtime will be split between the 2 modes. Ready or Not is shaping up to be one of the best first-person tactical shooters on the market this year, which hopefully means we'll be seeing plenty of updates and content drops throughout the next few months. I'd recommend Ready or Not if you don't mind a relatively buggy but playable experience. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and to end the video, here's some funny and interesting things that happened while I was playing. Bye guys.
Drop your weapon!
Oh my god, there's 3 of them. Go first for the shield, go. Oh my god!
I'm reloading.
One more running upstairs.
I'm out of ammo. Oh my god, that's nice action.
Jesus Christ.
Let's fucking go.
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh god!
Oh no! I ran out of ammo!
Holy
I
fuck.
was like, all I had was a stun
funny,
gun.
man. That looks so funny. Taking out the taser.
That's all I got left, my last defense.
Nice. Das ist gut, ja.
It is locked.
It is locked, Klaus. Hans gets a look and we will open this door now.
I hear movement in that room here.
Nice attempt at closing the door, I like it.
It's like
I'm
OCD
looking at
kicking in, he can't close it completely.
There's a
Suspect running away. I can't
Well,
see
bang
anything
him.
through my
Do
shield.
it, do it, do it. You know you want to. Good job. I saw that. You let evil consume you, my friend. He was hesitating for a second, but then he blasted through.
Do it! Oh, you dead. Oh, you dead.
Nice.
Get those hands in the air! Do it now!
Wait, what? Was he just teabagging the body?
Get those hands in the air!
That's a nice spot you got there, my
Get
friend.
those hands up!
I've never seen that happen before.
Show me your hands!
He's like,
Oh,
wait,
no.
I lost my contact lenses. Give me a
Show me your hands!
I'm so happy I'm recording this.
Police! On the floor! Get those hands in the air! Do it now!
But I didn't do
Show me
it.
your
Hey,
hands!
oi,
Get
Broof,
those hands
Broof.
up! No! Police!
Show them. Nope, nope, I'm closing the door on you, bitch. Catch me if you can. Oh shit, he's got a gun.
Now!
Shoot him in the leg.
Show me your hands! Now!
I showed you stupid bitch.
Shoot him in the leg. He's your left. Oh man, my guy has wall hacks. He got them Google glasses.
Did you get him?
I don't think so.
It's Mark Zuckerberg. Oh no.
Suspect down.
He do be a sneaky fella. Fucking
It's something, man. To my right.
Oh, he is fucking Viet Cong. He has like Vietnam flashbacks. He's gonna come through the fucking. He's in the ceiling.
Oh, he's underneath the carpet with a little hatch.
There's actually the one video of people getting raided, and it's just the guy who put the blanket over himself and stood in the corner.
Nice attempt.
Someone
10
fucking
points for effort.
yeah, fucking somewhere in Venezuela or some shit. Like raid like a crack house. There's just a man
Oh my
standing
God.
in the corner.
Oh my
He was like, you shot my dick.
I got
Who does
it
that?
there.
Who shoots someone's dick? Who does that?
Yeah, that's an F, I think.
Just a little F.
Oh,
Yeah,
effort, am I right?
yeah effort.